What is going on, everyone? Welcome. Sorry it took so long. I had to try to get set up on a little dual action here, TikTok and YouTube. Spun it up a little bit with this different style tonight. Can't see the chat, just so you're aware, for YouTube. It's the only issue. But let's see here. See if we can get a couple people in here. How you doing? Happy March, everyone. Let me see if I can get this started. I got a backup laptop. Get all situated here. Welcome in, everybody. Who's in here? Got 11 in TikTok, it looks like. All right, it's going to get set up so I can see the chat. Didn't realize it wasn't going to show it to me. I did the screen this way. So bear with me for 2 seconds, everyone. Enjoy the ETH February range here as we're bouncing off the val. Monthly pivot, monthly open. And we'll dive into some of that here in a second. This might be pointless to do, but we're going to do it anyways. All right. Happy March. Thank you, Sam. Sam Sheeb. Sam to the Sheeb. All right, 2 seconds and we'll get started here, everybody. Sorry about this. I wanted to see if I can load this up, and we'll get right into the nuts and bolts. Wow, almost as many watching YouTube as TikTok. That's pretty sweet. All right. T-Bone, Matt, Mishka Chow. Mishka Chow. Like it. Set up over there. Get over here. All right, let's rock and roll. Okay. All right. Nick Sales, yo. What's up, buddy? Mastermind, how you doing, my friend? All right, let's fire it up. So it is March as far as the universal time goes, right? The UTC. It is, 10, 11 o'clock almost here in Eastern time. So we're almost in technical March there as well. And for Ethereum, I'm going to take a look at a couple different ranges here. One of my favorite times of the month basically is when we do get the monthly open. We're going to get the new month pivots, right? So those give us some pretty high statistical hit rate targets as we come into the month. Generally, those have been hitting pretty hard around the middle of the month. For Ethereum, we actually, and Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure we just tagged them right out the get. However, we've been ranging pretty tough, pretty hard for a while. So we didn't have too much, to not be averaging near, I suppose. So, just taking a look at this, you can see really nicely, where we're bouncing from at the moment. You can see a little bit of cluster down in this region here. I'll go ahead and turn off. We'll turn off the monthly pivot, but right here in this, overall at the low currently, we have basically the February range low. We've got monthly pivot here, which has already been tapped. So that does, bode pretty well for, as long as we're living above this, we look for some more upside at the moment. You have your monthly open, which pretty much coincides at that region as well. And you have all that stacked up here, or down here, I suppose, at the low. So definitely don't want to lose this region, right? Come down in this area, you've got pretty decent confluence for continuing lower. We'll go over some targets there if we come down to that region and lose it. Otherwise, we've got the overall month point of control, right? For February comes in right at the weekly pivot. This is our next area to flip. We've actually not successfully ran through this weekly pivot this week. It's only Tuesday going into Wednesday so far. but this has been, a pretty big area of resistance here. And I'm charting a weird set here, trying to see if I can get the daily time frame. What's the cheat code? I really don't want to mess with the setting there. Damn. All right, I didn't think this through. I think it's shift. Nope. Always learning with you guys here. Headshot. All right, either way, we'll figure it out. Yeah, weekly pivot comes in right there, 1639.20. Flip that, and November high is still going to be a pretty relevant, still a really relevant area, in my opinion. I'm going to see if I can shrink this up because we're going to need to get in here. Yeah, that's probably the ticket. All right, let's see here. Very interesting setting here for YouTube. Hopefully you guys can see pretty well on TikTok. Let's see how many we got in here. What's up, everybody? Magic Internet Money in the house. TikTok's asking me to go live with him. Or maybe he is, I can't tell. Yeah, so break this down a little bit. I'll leave it up. Sorry. Daily time frame is what I was going to take a look at, right? So the weekly pivot, you can see here, is really holding it down for now. Obviously, the week started essentially here, and you can see very clearly that we've had nothing but clear rejections, just wicks on the daily time frame. We did have a little bit of a breach in on a 4-hour base. You can really see it a little clearer on a little bit on the smaller time frames. But all in all, daily right now, holding it down. Point of control, really that weekly pivot there as well. So that 1639 is a key area at the moment to flip for into support, and then we'll challenge back up into that November high once again. Interesting to note about the November high, which has played a pretty key role here as well for over the course of the last couple months here. If we kind of break this down into some more local ranges here, which we love to do. Go ahead and take off the old February. The previous week, so now we got previous week data that's pretty much set, is coming in, and you got the, where we're bouncing from as well. Not only is it the February value area low, right? So your February range low we were just looking at, your previous week low, right, that we mapped out in the members only market update on Sunday after gas going into it. Discussed this last night on Forest channel on Sistine Research on YouTube, going there every Monday night. And the high is very interesting because it is essentially, turn off the value area high. It is that November high, right? So the high of the previous week range, which has been giving us a ton of really great trading opportunities. Not just this previous week. Obviously, we trade off that pretty much every week as we go through here. So this one is one of note, and we got some really key areas along the way. Previous week point of control lines up as well. Weekly pivot in this region, very nice clear range here we got. So still remains to be that 1639. Flip that. November high is really a key area to flip into support on the way up. We've obviously got our previous week high up there at 1720. If we start breaking through that region, the main target still remains the untapped yearly pivot up here, 1989. Not to overlook, what do we bring up every time on here? 1780, right? Kind of cruising left here. Got this peak over here. This is also the quarter 3 high, as well as, I believe, an untapped pivot there as well. But either way, that 1780s, just something to be aware of on the way up. That percentage base, if we were to run up from where we are, would be in line with Bitcoin hitting its yearly pivot, which is about $26,000. So Ethereum's got a ways to go, right? About 20% up to that 12-month there. So could it be done? Absolutely. Obviously, we got the stair steps ahead of us if we're going to see it. And as far as any downside, we'll take a look at that real quick. Hope you guys enjoy my closet wall. This is Magic's room. not only where the magic happens or magic stays when he's visiting your boy CBO in the old Flow Rida. We ride Gators and do TA. So weird to do this on like a small screen. What's the indicator name? Which one? It's Suppo. All right. All right. So looking at ETH from the price action and what we've seen last few weeks here, I've left up. We had a really nice run, obviously, up into this region, which once again has been a pretty big area on the chart for us for a couple months ever since November, which was the November high, right? So we came up, we basically front ran it back on Saturday 14th of January. Obviously, we met it. We were looking for a particular pattern here to actually breach this level pretty well, come back below the level, close below. And then we were targeting at the time our untapped monthly pivot. It was a really nice trade, giving off that, right? Almost 12% just from level to level. Obviously, you wouldn't have to have had every single piece of that, but a well thought out trade from this region. From there, the long from once again monthly pivot back up to the November high, and now you see we had local gold pocket come in here. We had once again another weekly pivot at that region as well. So when we came down to this area, right, once again lost it, back test November high once again. I mean, this was like the 12th time we've been just struggling at this region, and regardless of whatever else is there, I mean, this is, like I said, this has been now a overall high for one of the recent months here. This was our FTX high. If you want to go back to that time frame and consider it for that, this has been monthly level. This has been weekly open. Right now, it's previous week range high. Still remains very relevant in that 1680 region there. So nice pullback right to the gold pocket. Obviously had a weekly pivot here as well. So an average of price, which was once again one of our targets to the downside there, gave you some confluence on the reaction here. We got the bounce, and it was just pivot to pivot at that point. So really just looking for, at the moment, right this second, since we're near it, to clear up above this weekly pivot at 1640. And then it's November high is really the line in the sand, right? From there, I honestly think we got a chance to probably run it up to this region. Like I said, it's going to be, some areas you don't want to overlook completely. But yeah, that'd be the upside target on an overall idea there. And then to the downside, we do still have. Make this as nice as possible for everybody to see. You take a black light to the. Oh yeah. As soon as I turn off the live stream, actually, it's just all black lights in here. Stupid. All right. Levels to the downside, right? Let's just say we lose monthly open in our monthly pivot now. This is looking sloppy here, so I'm going to go ahead and take off. We'll take off the pivot. Right? So month open, going to be a key area to watch for the month of March, right? Once again, this is basically the val, so the range low of last week. It's the range low of basically February, if I'm not mistaken. Right, turn that back on real quick. Yep. So for the whole month of February, right, the overall low is right there at the monthly open as well, give or take. It's an area to really keep an eye on. It's back here at 1605. That's right at $1,600. And as far as to the downside, one major area is going to be the gold pocket from low to high, which does come in about like 1360, 1378. This area here would be major bounce territory, in my opinion, if we came down to it. The question, it's just that, are we going to get it? I think that many would love it. I would love it as well, as many others would, I'm sure. But just to get another piece or come on down back to this region, potentially to the year open, But one thing to note, if we were to start losing this area, we got a monthly pivot right below it at 1491. Of course, that's basically your low. And then it would be this gold pocket. The thing to note about that gold pocket is that's also the end of the year. We had a really big range put in, and this would be basically the high. So you would come down to this area, and let's just say we start making our way downtown, walking fast. Uh, you'd want to see a decent reaction here, and this would be ideal if we did come down to it to basically put in. You got a nice low, your high, higher low, higher high. Essentially, is this our higher low? Is the question. But you get that higher low potentially at this region, and then you make your way really nicely onward and upward towards that yearly pivot. Just becomes the question of, are we going to break? Are we going to break? I know that's a real annoying answer for most. And if I had a squirt gun to my head, right, that's the going idea there, is I really would be looking to see if we move up first before coming down. And one of the reasons, and the thing is, we might not come up to this yearly pivot for Ethereum, at the moment. That 1780 really is a big area that I'd be paying attention for. Once again, I'll just kind of pull up the range here. We got Q3 right here. So you can see that we've essentially still, been working off of this old range as well. We had a really nice back test back here in December, which was actually also a monthly pivot, which is a big target of ours as we came into it. $18,000 Bitcoin, 1350, right on FOMC day, right on fib time day, courtesy of Magic in the group. And then, we had our pullback here, year open, bada boom. Break back into the range obviously was the key here. And at this point, you would expect that this range would be rotated to the high. So we've, really rooted around in the middle here for quite a bit. Front ran the high here. And that high does come in right at 1780, which also coincides with this high over here back from 9/11, good old September 11th, 2022. So yeah, that'd be a next major area, and then overall, I still think that 1989 is on the docket here on the horizon. See what we got with some comments back and forth here. This is 10 times better for phone. Yeah, the YouTube one is pretty cool. It's just a weird setup for me. I got the screen like really zoomed, like squished in, but it's cool. I don't mind. Just shorted 1633. Nicely done. So the pivots are just pivots. It's a pivot Fibonacci. You pull that up on just an indicator. And then as far as the volume profile, it is just that, the volume profile tool. It is, I've got it as a favorite, so I'm not even sure where it is in here. Let's say it's the bottom. Man, I haven't pulled it from here for a while. Volume profile, baby. Where are we at? There it is. So under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here. Where you got this. That's the last one I used here, but it's basically 6 down. It's going to show the last thing you used. It's going to be in here with the first one will be a long position. Bottom one is your fixed range tool. Oops. There we go. The rest you have to build out though. You have to mark it out and organize it really nicely. And then set alerts and have a plan to react when it gets there. So for the person who just shorted 1633, not that we're not coming up with the resistance, and it's not necessarily a terrible area. I'm just curious why what's your plan going into that, if I may ask? OC Pet Doctor, what's going on? All right, let's take a look at some stuff here. Mishka Chow, Oi pumping. Had not looked. Oi pumping. What is Oi? Oil? Let's take a look at Oi. Oi USDT on Pancake Swap. All right, maybe we're not going to look at this, but not even listed. Poor Oi. All right, let's see what we can take a peek at. Aptos is an interesting one. The short, right, that we're looking for at the beginning of February uh, took some time, had a really nice range here, right off the value area high, right? So you had your gold pocket here. Obviously, we had two taps right up to the range high. We were looking for monthly pivot. We were looking for the weekly pivot. And aside from that, obviously, we had gold pocket and overall range rotation here. This is, this was one that, if you were in a short on this, this was like 60%, 40%, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it's not a bad move there as far as that would go. Obviously, we could still go lower, but this could be an area where we end up bouncing from to the upside. Go ahead and see where that month pivot puts us. Basically, right back up to last month as well. So from where we're at, about 12% move up is likely in the next couple days, week here. Filecoin, trying to keep the setup looking clear here. Really hard entry for me was down here at this region, spot move only. I did not leverage trade this. I don't think you need to leverage trade altcoins, honestly, much more than Bitcoin. I'm sorry, much more than Ethereum. Obviously, do what you want to do, but it's just these are some really great moves without leverage, and you don't have to sweat overnight. That was a 100% move. Even where we are now, 37%. Obviously, if you got into that region, still targeting higher here for Filecoin. Personally, walked into this year with a pretty big range that I was looking at personally, and I think we got a shot to shoot up to about $16, $15 over time. Right, it's not to say we'd go up there in one shot here. We did make some pretty good headway here on the way up. Got a quarterly level here at 737. We'd be looking to flip, but yeah, still targeting 1235, 1484 over time here for Filecoin. So that is where I'd be looking at that. Link still just heavy range. The Link has got the nastiest range, in my opinion. Link and Theta have the two for larger caps. And when I say when they finally resolve, it's going to be big. I'm talking like 100% move where that's we just looked at Filecoin had 100% move like it was nothing. Obviously, a bunch of other coins have had really exceptional moves as well, 100, 200, 300% in crypto. We get spoiled with those numbers, but something like Chainlink, this has been in a 10, 11 month now, just tight range. We got the monthly pivot coming in right where we are. Obviously we've deviated the range pretty, several times. The upside, if you go up to the higher time frames, I really get a good look on this when we were looking at it yesterday. There we go. There we go. Honestly, you can almost see, where we really need to get above here. Um, and it's pretty much 761 is where that line in the sand pretty much begins. You got the overall range coming in 783. And then basically to take all the highs, we got an untapped quarterly pivot up here at $10, give or take. And the overall target I'd be looking for short, I say short term, as in like, potentially next couple weeks, months, um, is up here at the $13 region. Macro gold pocket, yearly pivot as well. So that's what I'd be looking for there. Got an untapped daily down below, something to be aware of. And same count goes for. Sorry, I'm really trying to get all this on the screen together. You can see how clearly just everybody stops, right? You could wipe out everyone, on both sides almost, and then really, make a move here. But yeah, untapped quarterly comes in right above these areas here, and you could get a pretty nice move up into that $13 region. OC Arweave. Take a look at Arweave if we can. Boy. I'm not. I don't even know what Arweave is, off the top of my head at least. Is it not Eve? Okay, it's on KuCoin. Do the KuCoin chart here. Oh wow, there's like no, pretty new. Oh, November 21. I'm on the daily. That's why I was like, this is it's still pretty new. So simple range here, right? Just pull it all. Get some range data going. We'll see what we got to work with. Right away, not looking great. We've got a lot of volume coming in at the low. Essentially, that would indicate a little bit more of continuation to the downside, but not guaranteed by any means. But yeah, you got to, holding this point of control area is definitely, something we want to see as far as support would go at the moment. You got the monthly pivot here, which is not really far away. The overall median of the range here comes in at 1352. High all the way at 30. Look at macro gold pocket here. It takes it up pretty high. I'm not sure if that's an accurate peak or not. You can really start breaking these down as you kind of come down. The last notable high, puts a gold pocket here within the range. So little confluence in this region. Once again, like $31. So it's potentially like a 3x if you start humping back. Yeah, so I mean, I would say you'd really want to hold where we're at now. At $10, you got the overall low. Obviously, is the current lows as well. 595, pretty big drop, about 50%. A big area above us is going to be this 1574, basically the last area of volume as well. So clear that 1574. So you probably go back to the gold pocket, overall the high, and then see how things look from there. That's a big move though. I mean, that's like I said, it's like 2x from where we are now. So obviously a high risk, high reward type of deal. If I had to guess how much market cap and things of that nature went into that. I think that was a small cap gem. Our weave. All right. For Matic, I was looking at this yesterday on Forest channel. You pretty much dogging right in this main region here. You got the yearly pivot, which we've obviously met, come back down to, potentially get a back test of, new monthly just above it at 127, so not too far away from where we are now. Key thing is for, if we start losing that yearly pivot, which is like 122. So like I said, floating around right where we are. You got the overall gold pocket just below us, not overall, I'm sorry, the local gold pocket from the low of 74 cents up to the current high. Gold pocket, monthly pivot, previous range high comes all into play. Stacks pretty nicely right here, about $1.01. It'd be a big area if we come down to it. Otherwise, looking up for upside at the moment, line in the sand would start really at 128, start holding that monthly pivot. Then we got the value area low, and then right above that, right? So next range low, you break into that. We've got our point of control, overall yearly here as well, macro gold pocket up top, and the value area high. So cross 134, potential run it up to about $2. Otherwise, lose 122. We're looking down like 101, 102 ish. Blockchain. I can't tell if these people are in the group, the chat right now. Blockchain Crusaders definitely. What's up, buddy? What is up? How do you guys feel about the TikTok screen? Is it a Bird Money was fun in the bull run there. I'm pretty sure everybody walked out on that project. Sadly, not one to hold through. Unfortunately, Phantom. Let's take a look at Phantom for somebody. We're going to talk about something newsy. There's something I saw right before I came on here. I was going to spin a conspiracy with it. It was a good one. I haven't really updated Phantom in a bit. Pretty much ran the range that I was looking at, and yeah, probably could go for a little update here. I was, looking at it when we came back into the range low. We were looking for the rotation. Obviously, we got a little bit more of a push higher, kind of putting in this almost a little double top here. Almost looks like a harmonic putting in as well. And yeah, untapped pivot comes in. Looks like we had one there already, so it's the next one's there as well. And gold pocket, this was actually on the way up. So yeah, Phantom's kind of been washed a bit. I'll update this one for kind of clear it all off and just kind of build a new. I just built a chart in the group with everybody. We did Mina protocol. It took an hour and 10 minutes, start to finish. So for anybody's interested in watching that, make sure if you're in the group, obviously utilize that. I think it's pretty helpful to just be able to pull together, even if it's just a different strategy. But it showcases how I utilize the strategies we use every day, and how to implement that into short-term ideas, mid to long-term holds. And there's different ways to utilize the information. Obviously, the smaller the time frame, meant for smaller time frame moves. Higher time frame, obviously, opposite of that. Cardano just hit all our targets short term here as well. Ran the range, gold pocket, back to the monthly pivot last month. Got a new one just above it here. So worked out pretty nicely there. I think Polkadot is one that Magic has had updated, has just been nailing. Polkadot, Matic, Quant. Magic's been putting in magic work. Putting in that Mag. Yeah, Polkadot, just last range I pulled for it, at least, right? Just basically pulled through quarterly level, back test here, back down to the low, back test once again. This has obviously been met. I'll have to go through and update some of these. Running out of steam here tonight, so it won't be tonight, but it won't be now, at least. Maybe do it after the stream here. CRO. Crow and Mana are like living between two ranges pretty much, right? Kind of had that breakout, back test. Obviously, our monthly pivot was within this region, living within, sorry, living without. And overall, we got a nice gold pocket, lines up right with the next range low. So it does create a pretty decent area of resistance on the way up. Nice target on the way up. Got a monthly pivot here. So basically in the short term, look to flip that 82 cents or 0.082 cents. Look to take that up a bit. Otherwise, come back into this range. You got point. These are the areas I'd be looking for here for Pro. Yeah. I just want to kind of come on, give a nice little ETH update. Take a look at some altcoins. Obviously, for anyone in the group, we have a slew of updates through there for the altcoins I post in there daily. Give all the ETH updates in there as well ahead of time. I got a bunch of new month open updates I'm putting in there tonight and tomorrow for anyone that's interested there. But yeah, Ethereum, really just offering up a couple of small moves here. I mean, these have been pretty decent, and then you're talking like 3 and 5%, right? So 3.5% to the downside once again, right to the month open. Let's see. Right, so previous week is a big one, right? That we all know I'd use pretty well. And you got a lot sitting right down there. So sorry. So you got your previous week range here, right? Got the run up, point of control, weekly pivot, back test, right back down, monthly open, monthly pivot, previous week value or low, big support right here. You flip this region, we're more than likely going to at least take out the previous week low, and then if not, head lower. So big area to hold is going to be essentially 16, let's just call it 1600, but 1601 to 1605 is a big one to hold this month, specifically for this week. Yeah, either way, definitely for the month as we go through it. So looking to flip that 1643. We'll see if our friend gets a nice short out of it first. Otherwise, taking it up to 1680 and then potentially up to the overall target over time here, right? 1989. 1989. Don't give up on Bird. I won't give up on it. All right. You guys got all the time I got tonight, everybody. I will be back on at least by Thursday. Tomorrow, obviously, we've got our members only market update, Magic Internet Money, myself and Max. We go through everything with the group. Otherwise, be sure to tune in on Cysteine Research on YouTube on Monday nights. I'll be there at 10 p.m. on Monday nights. Back here Tuesday, Thursday, potentially something Friday, Saturday, just not really throwing it out there at a specific time. Aside from that, we will, I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're on this beautiful world. And until then, cheers.